Warning. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
So what I'm saying now is that you're going to have this massive influx of immigrants into the country that are better equipped. They don't have your legacies. They don't have your disadvantages. They're walking across the border. They're going to get a free lunch. They don't have to pay dues. But you got public policies in this country that are equating them to black folk. They're equating them to black, and what we've allowed them to do, starting in 1970, is to wrap themselves in black folks' suffering and pretend somehow they suffered along with black folk. And therefore, whatever program is created under this misguided label called minority, that they are equal to you and over you. And we're going to deal with that whole concept of minority in a few minutes too.
What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click that link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, oh, Bakari sellers. It's bad enough that these folks know we don't rock with them. It's bad enough that they go off and claim to be doing some independent journalism, starting their Nation's Lands podcast or whatever the hell it's called. It's all that's bad enough because you know what they're truly doing, and we're going to talk about this in detail in one of my live streams coming up. What these people are actually doing are trying to be controlled opposition. They act like they're against the Democrats, but the truth of the matter is they're really against us. They act like, oh, well, I'm not really a Democrat. I'm an independent, but I lean more Democrat because the Democrats do A, B, and C. But yet all they're doing is tap dancing for whatever agenda the Democrats bring forward. Bakari Seller has always been that type of person. That's why he lost his office. That's why he's on this podcast with Angela Cry and Tiffany Cross Eyes. And now he's just hit a whole new low. He's hit a whole new low. So we're going to go to this clip. And I'm going to go ahead and let the clip play through. And then we're going to go over it piece by piece. Let's go.
To make your vision of America work, we need more illegals who get more benefits. That's your version of America.
No, what I want from America is a place that was promised to us, Scott.
To the illegals?
Like you do. No, it was promised to us. It was promised to us, not us, me and you, black and white, brown. Scott, do you think that your family was born here? You weren't born here, Scott.
I was born in
First of all, where does your family come from? My family wasn't born here. My family was actually from Sierra Leone.
You're making a passionate argument for a country built on unfettered illegal immigration, and that is not anywhere near a politically popular position.
Our country is built on immigration, period.
What kind?
Period.
What kind?
Okay. Oh, and first of all, before we go to commercial, what kind? What kind of immigration was I brought here?
You're already in the hole. You sure you don't want to stop digging?
No, because it was slavery. That's not immigration.
Come on.
Well, okay.
Come on, what?
All right, there's a lot to be said.
Hold on. No. But you can't say come on when somebody's like, my family was brought here in chains. The answer is not come on.
To make your vision of America work, we need more illegal.
Okay, family. So y'all just heard it in its entirety. I don't want to seem like I'm clipping it or nothing. I'm not. That was the whole clip that I got there. That says it all. And so we're going to go back over it and I'm going to address some things. Let's go.
To make your vision of America work, we need more illegals who get more benefits. That's your version of America.
No, what I want from America is a place that was promised to us, Scott.
Now, when he first said that, a place that was promised to us, I would agree to that if he didn't start going off into this tangent of trying to include each and every person. Because the place that was promised to us, we forced that promise. We forced that promise. They were promising it to other non-black people. They was promising the land of milk and honey to other Nabiscos. Let's be very clear about that. It was foundational Black Americans, the descendants of American freedmen, who forced that promise to be for me and the Nabisco. The Brown had nothing to do with it. There was no Brown included when we was fighting for our 14th Amendments and 13th Amendment, the 15th Amendment. That was just us fighting for a promise because we built a whole damn country. And we was here before the country was even established. So when he says it was promised to you and me, it wasn't really promised to us. We forced them to open that promise to us. And we still ain't seen the fruit of our labors in the manner in which we should.
To the illegals? Like you do, no, it was promised to us. It was promised to us, not us, me and you, black and white, brown. Scott, do you think that your family was born here? You weren't born.
I really hate that every time there's a conversation about the history of the country, it is somebody with black skin trying to throw brown people in there when they was nowhere to be found. As a matter of fact, some of those same brown people was owning slaves during the time. Some of those same brown people fought on the side of the Confederates in order to keep slavery legal. So that is a pet peeve right there for me.
Born here, Scott.
I was born in.
First of all, where does your family come from? My family wasn't born here.
Now, when he first said that, I thought he was just admitting that he was a tether. That would have been better. I don't want to say all the way better, but it would have been a little bit better than the nonsense that he says next.
My family was actually from Sierra Leone.
You're making a passionate argument for a country built on unfettered illegal immigration, and that is not anywhere near a politically popular position.
Our country is built on immigration.
The country was built on slavery. The country was built on slavery, and they didn't start opening their doors to immigration until the slaves was released. When the slaves was emancipated, then they opened the door for immigrants to come in, giving them free land, giving them funds to cultivate the land, and then giving them opportunity over us. Let's be very clear about that. The Homestead Act was literally due to the fact that the emancipated slaves had all the knowledge of labor, because none of the white folks was doing anything. They had the slaves to do it for them, so they couldn't cultivate the land. They didn't know how to farm. They didn't know how to build things. They didn't know. But we did. So not only did they bring forth the Homestead Act, and then they allowed all these illegals to sell over here. They opened up the doors. They changed the goddamn plaque on the goddamn Statue of Liberty that was supposed to commemorate the releasing of the slaves in America, they changed it to read, bring me your humble, your poor, your folks who's yearning for freedom or yearning to be free. All that was added later. So no, this country was not built on illegal immigrants. It wasn't built on immigrants. The country was built by foundational Black American labor, the labor of the freedmen who built all the roads, who majorly built up the whole damn infrastructure of the company, well, it is a company, but the country. We built the White House, the Capitol building, most of the plantations. Let's be very clear about that. So I don't know who the hell he think he's fooling. And I got to say, the Nabisco man, he kind of handled this pretty damn well. Especially in this part.
Period.
What kind?
What kind of immigration? And Bakari, he doesn't name slavery until after he tries to tie slavery to immigration. Slavery's not immigration? Hell no, it's not. And I've already shown on several broadcasts that the people who were brought over from the time of the 1500s to the time of 1866, that there was only 1/3 of a million people brought from Africa to the mainland United States or the mainland Americas. So that would suggest that there was millions of FBA indigenous people here before that 1/3 of a million was brought into America.
Period.
What kind?
Okay. Oh, and first of all, before we go to commercial, what kind? What kind of immigration was I brought here?
You're already in the hole. You sure you don't want to stop digging?
I love that. Look at how this Nabisco just played this man. He said, you're already in the hole. You sure you don't want to stop digging? And then he looks at the camera with a Kool-Aid smile. Bakari, you're making yourself look bad. If you ain't made yourself look bad before, you're definitely doing it now. And look at the, I'm just saying, the smile on his face says it all. I can hear it right now in his mind. He said, got him, coach. Got him.
It was slavery. That's not immigration.
Come on.
Well,
come on. That was a perfect answer. Slavery is not immigration? Come on. Because even these Nabiscos know that we are not immigrants. And we are not considered to be such. It's the Democratic Party that keeps on trying to put us in this immigrant box when they know damn well we're not. And every time people say that nonsense, some FBA have to stand up and say, we're not immigrants. And even though some people were brought from Africa, we're all not Africans.
Okay.
Come on, what?
All right, there's a lot to be said.
Hold on. No. But you can't say come on when somebody's like, my family was brought here in chains. The answer is not come on.
To make your vision of America work,
my parents came here in chains. My ancestors came here in chains. That ain't immigration. To immigrate is to move freely. To migrate is to move freely. If a person is kidnapped and taken to California from New York, that person did not immigrate from California to New York. To California from New York. They were kidnapped. That's just how that works. So even if your family was a part of the 1/3 of a million people that was brought to the mainland United States of America, that does not mean that they immigrated. And this is why these folks are going downhill. They're losing people and supporters fast because every chance they get, they disrespect our lineage in order to uplift a group of people who isn't supposed to be here. And they expect us to be okay with it. And to that family, I will have to say, simple and plain,
nigga, please.
You will never get us to be okay with your agenda to use our history in order to uplift other people above us. You got to be out your rabbit ass mind. But this is why the lamestream media has been losing credibility left and right. This is why these politicians like Bakari sellers have been losing credibility left and right. That's also why he lost his seat. And to the rest of the Democrats out there, it would behoove you. It would behoove you to remember. We got the cards. Like Trump said, y'all don't have any of the cards. And to my foundational Black American family who saw this and thought that he might have had a slip of the tongue in the wrong manner, he didn't mean it that way, whatever the situation may be, I want to remind you.
People know exactly what they're doing until they get exposed.
So we're going to keep exposing them because there's going to be somebody out there who truly, truly believes that they didn't mean to say it like that. Yes. Yes, they did. And they said it with a full damn chest. With that being said, family, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm, make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click that link in the description, go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. Family, don't let these people play in your face. Because I'm going to be 100 with you. Everything this man said, everything that fell out of this man's mouth is a disgrace. Pause. With that being said, family and friends, the doors of the church are now closed. Peace.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. You know, it doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever, can't stand us black people. He's doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Us black people going to survive. Yeah. So fuck everybody. I'm out.